For our project, we decided to analyze Coulomb's law. We see this law all the time in our day-to-day lives, from mundane office necessities such as Xerox machines and laser printers used at work, to the powder coatings used on our cars. Coulomb's law goes back many years as evidenced by findings that suggest ancient people living near the Mediterranean Sea knew that if they rubbed a rod of amber on a cat's fur, the rod would attract light objects such as feathers. The material used in this experiment were 2 balloons filled with human breath, the mediums, a Yorkie mix, pit bull, and a rabbit, and a box with the angles drawn on that had a pole through it in order to hang the balloons. We conducted the controlled experiment with the use of balloons and animal hair, and used Coulomb's law to quantify the electrical charge between the 2 balloons by measuring the distance of repulsion. The charged balloons were rubbed back and forth 10 times in a 4-inch section with normal force against the mediums. The balloons were then tied to the pole and brought together to measure the degree of repulsion between them. As a group, we predicted that the rabbit hair will exert the most repulsion and transfer the most electrons due to its sticky fur. We determined the angles of the repulsion by measuring the width and height and using this equation that calculates the inverse tangent of the height divided by the width. Coulomb's law states that opposite electric charges attract each other while like electric charges repel each other. Our experiment proved that there are long-range repulsive forces between objects that have the same charges. The balloons repelled each other because they contained the same charges after being rubbed on the medium's hair or fur. Since both balloons were charged on the same medium, they acquired the same type of charges and repelled. The reason that the repulsion force for the rabbit was greater than the other mediums was due to the stickiness of its fur, which caused the charges to increase when the balloons were rubbed against it. The dog fur was less sticky compared to the rabbit, so when the balloons were rubbed against their fur, the number of charges that were created were less than that of the rabbit fur.